Hello students, today this is chapter 2, the important ideas of economics. Here we can see the picture of some gas fields, that is natural gas, and there is a picture of agricultural land and farmer is working. So you have already noticed that the important ideas of economics are related to the natural resources and the agriculture sector of a country. And in this chapter, we will learn the concept of economic resources, compare natural resources, human resources, and produce goods, and different economic resources of Bangladesh, and what a product is. We can learn to differentiate between freely accessible goods and economic goods, compare permanent and temporary consumable products, differentiate between intermediate and capital products, the concept of opportunity cost and choice, and the relation between income, savings, investment. A sector-wise list of different economic activities of Bangladesh. So these 10 points will be discussed in this chapter. So let us start with the first topic, the concept of economic resources. Okay, let us start with economic resources. To an economist, everything is not a resource. Everything is not a resource. The products or goods which are to be obtained by spending money is considered as resource in economic knowledge. The products or goods which are to be obtained by spending money, we also call them economic goods. For example, houses, furniture, television are free visible material resources, and the doctor's service, the teacher's lessons, these are the invisible or non-material resources. But to obtain these things, money has to be spent. And if any particular thing is referred to be a resource in economics, it has to have 4 characteristics. To be a resource in economics, it has to have 4 characteristics. Number 1, utility. Then it is insufficiency. Number 3, exchangeable or transferable. And number 4, externalities. Here you can see the picture of sky, land, water. And there is a picture of a river sand. There we can see the picture of our great poet and a man with the expertise of computer. Here we can explain utility. Utility means the capability of any goods or products to fulfill the need of people. Utility means, is the product is capable enough to fulfill my need? And if any goods is to become a resource, it must have the capability to create utility. Number 2, that is insufficiency. To become a resource, the quantity and supply of goods are limited. The product or service will be insufficient or limited in quantity. For example, the supplies of river, water, wind are ample. These are not resources. But if water is bottled in a factory, it becomes a resource. On the other hand, land, gas, instruments are not amply available. That means these things are resources, and these things are the insufficient goods for us. Number 3, exchangeable or transferable. Another characteristic of resource is its transferability. It means the resource can be transferred to or handed over to another person. The resource will be transferable. In other words, the ownership of the goods is transferable or changeable. It is called a resource. And number 4, it is externalities. Externality means when we can feel or we can sense the resource. The talent of the world-famous poet Rabindranath Tagore cannot be considered a resource in economic terms because the ownership of the brilliance cannot be handed over or exchanged, whereas the ownership of a television is changeable, which makes TV a resource, but not the brilliancy of a poet. To those things that stand for internal qualities of human beings are not resource in economic terms, because we cannot feel their existence externally. For example, the special experience or knowledge of a person about computer or the qualities of someone's character cannot be termed as resource. But in the capitalist market economy, these human qualities can be turned into sellable products.